Hi, welcome back, guys. In this video, we will talk about the installation of Facebook Pixel, and so we'll do a deep dive into how do we install this Facebook Pixel on an e-commerce site, and we'll send some, custom parameters along with the Pixel. This is particularly important when you're working on an e-commerce site and you want to track the e-commerce data. And if you already have an e-commerce site, I think you might be aware about how to implement enhanced e-commerce tracking on the site, which Google recommends you. And you can implement enhanced e-commerce tracking by directly customizing the analytics tracking code, or you can implement enhanced e-commerce on the website using Tag Manager as well. Right. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go and check a WooCommerce site which I already have, and then try and install the Pixel, and we'll discuss about Pixel and various nuances considering the Pixel. Right. So join me as I take you through. So this is my ad account. I come to Pixel here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Pixel here, set up Pixel. Now it's asking me, hey, it is already having integration with a lot of other third-party platforms. But what I'm going to do is I'm more interested in showing you the anatomy of Pixel. So if you see this here, manually add a pixel to website. If you come here, this is the Pixel. This is basically a JavaScript code. Now, if you understand JavaScript, remember JavaScript is the one that will add functionality to a website. So if you understand the anatomy of a website, it is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML defines the structure of the website, CSS defines the color of the website, and JavaScript adds functionality to the website. So because you want to track, or Pixel wants to track, what people do on my site and the kind of behavior they exhibit on my site, it's got to be something that has to do with JavaScript, and that is why this is a JavaScript code. You see, script tags. A lot of people say digital marketing has got nothing to do with programming. That's a stupidity of the highest order. If you work in digital marketing for like several years, 10, 12 years, you understand what programming can do for digital marketing campaigns, and how you can automate stuff that people generally spend hours doing the same repetitive work, right? So yeah, so you see this here, this is a pixel. This is supposed to be placed in the head section. Why head section? Because where browser interprets the code or constructs the code that it receives from a browser, a web server. So the first thing it executes is the head, and in the head only you want the Facebook Pixel to load, because you want Pixel to load as early as possible, so that it will keep a track of what people do, on the website. If it loads later than the actions that people do even before the Pixel were loaded, system will not be able to capture, Facebook will not be able to capture. So that's why you try and place it as high as possible. So it is generally recommended that you put it in the head section. So you see, this is the head, and again you have to remember, I already created one video. If you want, you can go and click on the I button here, and you'd have one video that specifically I've created a specific video about what is a script here and what is a no script tag, right? A lot of people don't even understand this, so I would recommend you, if you want to become an expert at using Facebook Pixel. See, a lot of people have a course around Facebook Pixel. They kind of teach you the same stuff. So it is very, very advanced. So if you want to really understand the pixel and the anatomy and the functional significance of this, you can click on this I button here. You'll find this. And so you have to copy this code, and this code you have to place it on the website, right? So I'll copy the code already. Now, again, you also have something called advanced automatic matching. Now, this is a new feature that Facebook has introduced like a year and a half back. So what this basically does is, so whenever people come to my site, right, if people submit their name, phone number, and the email address with a, I'm using a WordPress site, so I have a contact us form, the WW WordPress 7 contact us form. So whenever people come and interact with that form and fill their first name, last name, phone number, in their pursuit of contacting me, Facebook can even capture that information and take it to Facebook server. And what Facebook does is, once they have the email address, phone number, and all these details, right, they try and match those names and profiles with the Facebook profile. And this way, what happens is, Facebook can even accurately try and understand who's visiting your site and their name, and can accurately connect that to a profile of a user, right? You don't have to do that. All you have to do is just click on turn on, right? This is an automatic way. If you want to do it by changing the code on your website, what you can do is, join me as I take you here, advanced matching options in Facebook manually. So if I type in here like this, so what you can do is you can change the Facebook pixel and in that pixel you can send the name and the phone number and the email address of the user. For that, again, you have to use Google Tag Manager to try and allow somebody or ask somebody to enter their details and try and save them in a variable, and that variable you can put it in a pixel and send them to Facebook server, right? You see, this is how you do it. You see, FBQ, it is initializing the Facebook pixel, right? Facebook pixel, and in that you create one object, and this object will have the email address, phone number, and the first name. So what this definitely means is, or you see double curly brackets, this generally means variables. If you understand Tag Manager, you should be able to understand what this definitely talks about, right? So what you can do is you can store the first name and last name and the phone number of those visitors when they submit a form, and then fire a pixel that Facebook will also be aware about the people and the first name and last name of those people who visit the site, so Facebook can match it. And Facebook says we hash the data, so users can be secure, users can be safe. They don't have to really worry about how Facebook is going to use that information, right? Now, if you don't want that to happen, you don't want to do it manually, or you don't want to manipulate the Facebook pixel code, what you can do is you can simply ask Facebook to do that automatically by allowing this. You can simply toggle this on, off, right? So what I do is I copy the code. So I go to my website. Now this is my website. This is my website. So I have a small e-commerce site, a WooCommerce site. I've implemented enhanced e-commerce tracking as well, and I've pushed a lot of data layers. We created a lot of custom codes. I'm going to show you in a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the back end of this site. All the tags that are placed on this website, which is Hi Asha, have been routed through Google Tag Manager. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new tag here in Google Tag Manager to install the Facebook pixel on the website. So I come here. I click on HTML. So open this HTML tag, and in this HTML tag I'm going to place this pixel. So I call it FB pixel, right? If you want, you can do it like this. I can put it a base code. I can remove the no script part, right? I don't want to put that, so I put the no script part. I'll remove it because this no script part anyways will not execute on browsers that have JavaScript enabled. This is particularly for those people who visit my website and have their JavaScript disabled. So I still want to track those people. So that's when Facebook gave me no script option. So I put this to trigger on all pages. You see, I have a trigger called all pages. So base code. I remove the no script tag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the no script tag again. So I go and I put the no script tag in the custom image. You see here, I don't have to put the entire no script. So what I'm going to do is here you'll find, okay, so let me copy this. Let me explain this. So what this generally does. So I've written certain content. Well, in this video we'll especially talk about the entire anatomy of pixel and remarketing. Right? You see no script. This no script tag will only work on browsers where JavaScript is disabled. If the person is visiting my site and JavaScript is disabled on their browsers, the pixel tag, which is in the script notes, will not fire. So how do you track those people? So what you do is to track those people who visit my site without the JavaScript being enabled, you load this, and that is why it is in no script. And what do you load? You load a small image file, small image, 1 pixel by 1 pixel. It's like you don't even see, and this image is sourced from this URL, and this you put it in the body section, not the head section. This you put it in the body section, but you don't have to do that. Tag Manager is so good, it gives you the option here, and you can enable the cache busting here, right? So this is Facebook. I write no script tag, and this I can put it on not all pages. So I have to create a custom trigger here, and this custom trigger will be okay. So let me save this first. Save tag. So I'm going to create a custom trigger. I think I've shared this video in my previous video, so I don't want to repeat that. You can just go watch that extensive video on Facebook pixel, but this is particularly about installing the pixel. So I don't want to make those changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply I think the Facebook pixel is already. So I'm going to the pixel. I want to copy the entire pixel. I don't want to do that because I already created a video on this. Let's come to Tag Manager. Please go and watch my other video. So this is the base code which I triggered it to fire on all pages. Right. So whenever people come to my site, if I click on submit, whenever people come to my site, Facebook pixel will load and Facebook pixel will drop a cookie on the browser of the user who's visiting my site. Right. I'll show you that cookie as well. Right. The cookie is dropped. So if somebody happens to come to my site, I load the site again. And for your information, I'm still in the debug section because I wanted to track the tags that are being triggered on my site from Tag Manager. So I load the page again and I go and check the Facebook Pixel Helper extension to see if Facebook Pixel is on the site. Oh, what's wrong here? Now you see, I install the Facebook Pixel and I go to Facebook Pixel Helper to see the Facebook Pixel being fired. You see, pixel number is 8329. So if you come here, you will still find the Facebook Pixel as, see, 8329. Yes. Now, so just you install the Facebook pixel is not going to help you, right? There's something more and beyond that is expected from you. That's called custom implementation, and for that you need the support of a developer. So if you have developer working with you, you can simply ask him to implement the custom events or the standard events that Facebook wants you to track when people do certain actions on your site. So when you put this Facebook pixel on the site, essentially what it does is whoever comes to your site, this pixel will load and this pixel will drop a small cookie on the browser of the user. So that whenever a person on whose browser a cookie is dropped visit other websites, right, or maybe Facebook partner websites, or whenever he visits Facebook again, this allows marketers to reach him with a tailored ad, with a tailored offer to try and convince him to become my customer, right? So just because you put Facebook pixel is not going to help you. You have to really find more strategies. That's exactly where this video um, is going to help you, right? So I click on continue. Now again, system is saying, hey Prashant, just because you place the Facebook pixel is not going to help you, so you have to capture the actions that people do on the site. So you want me to do it automatically. Facebook came up with recent feature. It's called use automatic event setup tool, but it's just a feature that Facebook launched last year. But I still want to go with the manual. Why? I want to show you all the codes basically, right? You see, there's some standard events that Facebook recommends you to track, right? So if you're into e-commerce, Facebook definitely recommends you to implement view content. If you have a search on your website, Facebook wants you to track this. If somebody adds something to add to cart, Facebook wants you to track that, right? If somebody comes and purchases something on your website, Facebook wants you to track that. And to track all these actions, Facebook is going to give you a small code. I'll show you the code, right? Complete registration and so many other stuff. But if you don't have what you're looking for in these standard events, you can go and create a custom event, right? So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'll just implement one purchase event to track the conversions that happen on my website. So if somebody comes to my site and buys something, I want to track the conversions. I want to inform Facebook that the conversion happened on my site. Now the reason why you implement this conversion is because not that you will not be able to track it through pixel. You can happily do that, but you will implement Facebook purchase event on the website because you want Facebook to attribute that conversion to that campaign, to that very ad set, to the very ad, right? So just one moment. So if you come with me here, so for example, I just place the pixel. So I'm not going to create any custom events or standard events. I simply go create one audience. You see, I create an audience. I'm sorry, it's not custom audience. So I click on yeah, custom audience, right? So what I can do is I can choose website visitors, right? People who visited specific web pages, and I say URL contains thank you. So when I create an audience like this, whoever comes to my thank you page, this bucket will be able to capture it. But the problem with such implementation is whoever comes to my thank you page, irrespective where they're coming from, they might not be coming from Facebook ads, they might be coming from YouTube, Twitter, Quora, LinkedIn, wherever. Anytime people happen to visit the thank you page, this bucket will capture, right? But I don't know how many of those people who visited my thank you page are coming from Facebook ads, right? So this bucket is not going to help you. That is why you have to implement Facebook standard event, which is used to track the conversions. Now, when you implement that, what will happen is whenever people come to thank you page, that purchase event will track the conversion and attribute that conversion to the very campaign, very ad set, very ad in Facebook ads, and that conversion will be counted anytime people go to that page. I'll just show you. Just continue to watch this video. So I click on continue. So I say I'm not going to go with the automatic event tool. So I go with purchase. So if I go with purchase, I click on purchase. Now Facebook gives me a code. You see the code? This is the code that you have to implement. This is the code that you have to implement on the website. And that too when people go to thank you page, which is my purchase page. So I copied this code. You can add other values as well. I'll tell you as I continue to go through the video. So for now, I'll just take the normal code that Facebook gave me, right? So if you want to understand this Facebook code, again, this is in script because it's a JavaScript function. You see, FBQ is a function in that it's passing two parameters. The first one is track, second one is the purchase, right? So I take this, again, I put this on the website on thank you page using Google Tag Manager. So I go and create a new tag. This time, again, it's going to be a custom tag, custom HTML. And I put this tag here, right? So I say FB purchase event. Now I trigger it to fire only on pages where conversion happens, right? And for that I have a trigger already created, and that trigger is called purchase trigger. If you want to go check the trigger, you see it is GTM WP.order completed EEC. This is the trigger, the custom trigger we have created. Now I can show you how to create the custom trigger as well, but the video will become very long, so I will keep it for another video, right? But I've created one purchase trigger. So if you already have experience about how to track this using on an e-commerce website, you can simply ask a developer to push an event, and that event you can use it as a custom event. But for now, I already have an event called GTM for WP.order completed EEC. So this is the purchase trigger. And on this purchase trigger, I want this tag to fire. So whenever people go to my thank you page, this tag will fire. I'll just show you in a while. So I've implemented it. Right. So what I'm going to do is click on preview again. I click on refresh. So I go to the site again. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one product. So imagine I go to one of my products. So let's see, I select this product, which is 649, price is 649, you see. So I'm going to add this to cart. I'm going to click on add to cart. Click on proceed to checkout. I've already filled the information. They're getting pre-filled. So I click on place order. Now you go to my thank you page. Now on this thank you page, we have a custom event which is already getting pushed right into the data layer, and that custom event name is GTM for WP.order.EEC, order complete EEC. You see, Facebook pixel is also fired. Yeah, you come to my Facebook pixel helper. You see, Facebook purchase event also fired. Facebook pixel also fired, purchase event also fired. You see here, page view and purchase. This is automatically getting tracked. Now, why did not track it in the first place is because I wanted to go here again. So what I did was when I created the purchase event, I have to make sure that purchase event is only getting triggered after Facebook pixel loads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tag sequencing. I'm going to say this, fire a tag before this tag fires. What tag is that? And that tag is supposed to be the Facebook base pixel, right? Remember guys, you cannot allow Facebook purchase event tag to fire even before the Facebook pixel fires. So what I have done is I have created a tag sequencing here in Tag Manager that I am saying even before the purchase event fires, I want Facebook pixel to fire. Right, so I click on preview again, I click on refresh. You see, here the purchase event was fired, right? This purchase event, send the information to Facebook as well, right? But it is not showing in this pixel. Why it is not showing in this pixel? Maybe that is the reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the site again. I click on plans. So yeah, let me go and check this product this time. So I click on proceed to checkout. So I click on place order. You see, earlier page view was tracked and now purchase is also tracked. Now if you go back to Facebook, you will even find an event being captured and the name of the event being purchase. Right now, here is one thing. We have informed Facebook about a user getting converted on the site. How did I do that? I simply installed the Facebook event pixel on thank you page. That to a page that confirms that this guy purchased something on my site. But here the problem is a lot of people buy. I have a lot of products on my website. So how do I send information to Facebook saying this guy purchased, but he purchased the product which is worth 837 rupees. There are products on my site which is worth 25 rupees. There are products on my site which is worth 1500 rupees. So anybody buys any of those products, they'll eventually go to my thank you page. So and anybody go to thank you page, Facebook will capture it as a purchase. But how do I differentiate those purchases which have high value in the cart, high value in the purchase? So for that, what I have to do is I have to send the conversion value along with the pixel. For that, what I have to do is I have to go back to the pixel again. You see, that's where I stopped earlier. We were sending only this information. This information will only capture the purchase happened. But I want to send the information. So if I say 1000 here and the currency is INR, right? You see the code now, the value is 1000. But if I simply take this value and I put this tag in tag manager, whenever people go to thank you page, Facebook will simply say conversion happened and the value of that conversion is 1000. Even though people happen to buy 50 rupees product or people buy 100 rupees product, it will still consider the value of that conversion is 1000. But I don't want 1000 here. I don't want the value to be static. So rather what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace here with a variable. And what variable I'm going to create? I'll show you in a while. So if I go to my thank you page, right? Since I've already implemented enhanced e-commerce tracking, if you don't know how to implement enhanced e-commerce tracking, you can check our bootcamp. It's a very high-end digital marketing bootcamp. You learn most high-end digital marketing concepts that people with 10 years of experience also cannot fathom, right? And again, we don't take everybody into bootcamp. It's a special program for people who are very special, very smart, forward thinking, and problem solving ability, right? And again, if you have a business and you want real help in optimizing your campaigns, right, you can contact our website, our agency, our Google partner agency, growthladders.com, or you can go to our website, agency.makemarket.com. Either way, you can get in touch with us. We have a free 14-day consultation service, and maybe you can, if you're interested, we can check, right? So yeah, so again, let's come back to the topic. So here the value is 835. We did not send any value here. You see, we only send purchase, but we did not send value. But what I'm going to do is I am interested in sending the value of that event as well. And for that, what I did, I went to conversion. Here I added a value called 1000. But if I directly put this, what will happen is the value of that conversion will always be 1000. But it is not going to be 1000. Some products are 50 rupees, right? So I want to dynamically replace it. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tag manager and I'll replace this value with my data layer variable. We already have a data layer variable called right. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is okay, I already know it. So So I put total value. I haven't created the variable yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the variable ecom underscore total value. I want to cross check here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to data layer. In the data layers, I want to see if the value is same. So yeah, so let's come. You see ecom underscore total value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same variable here, ecom underscore total variable. Yeah, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more variable in tag manager called data layer variable that will read the value from data layers, which is ecom underscore total value. So I'm going to go to user defined variables. I go and check data layer variable. In the data layer variable, I check ecom underscore right. So I'm going to click on preview, click on. So what will happen now is I go back to the site again. I go to the site, click on plans, click on plans, right? So I'm going to take this time 599 product, click on add to cart. Watch this video carefully. This is very extensive, right? If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, or you can directly get in touch with us. Go into website. You can drop an email directly to me. I click on place order. I'm still waiting for system to be redirected to thank you page. Now when you go to thank you page, I want to go and see the tags, the purchase event being fired. You see the value is this small mistake. You see the value is 599. You see now the Facebook is provided with the information about not just a purchase but also the value of that purchase. So what I'm going to do with this, right? So let me go back to this again. So I will explain you what is that tag all about. So if you come here, you see Facebook purchase event, right? You see this is the function and this is the object, right? This is the object. In this object we're sending two values, value, and this is dynamically replaced with the actual value, which is the data layer, and this is the currency, which is static. And if you come back to the site again, you see the same things. You see, come here, you see purchase, you're sending two values. What values? You're sending currency, which is static, and then value is replaced dynamically with the actual purchase, right? So what I'm going to do with this is, right, so I click on done. Setup is done, right? So what I'm going to do is I can go and create a custom audience now. So let me test the events. Because we've sent a couple of events, so I wanted to check if they're being captured. Come on. We haven't got those pixels yet. Right. I think it'll take a little while and it has to come. We just saw it, right? You see, if you want me to confirm it, let's go and check the Facebook pixel helper. This information is being sent. Page view is event. Page view is one and then the purchase one, and in purchase we're sending the parameters as well. So what this parameter is going to do, so I come here, I create one custom audience, and when you come to custom audience here, what you can choose, right, here you will have one other option called event, right, and the name of the event is purchase. You will find purchase, and in the purchase you'll also have one other event called parameter called value. I'll show that. uh, I'm still waiting. You see the events have been captured. You see page view, you see 10 events, and then the purchase is only one, right? And what you can do is you can now go and create one audience, custom audience of people, you see purchase. Along with the purchase we send some parameters, right? And the purchase was, oh, it is not showing the parameters yet. We're still waiting. So it will show you the parameters. You can select the parameter called value and then give the value. For example, imagine this is, right? So you can put there anything more than 100. So this audience will only be of those people who completed the purchase event and whose conversion value was more than 100. You're not going to use frequency here. You're going to use that parameter, which is, you see, it will show you one other parameter called value, because value was the parameter that we sent along with the Facebook pixel. You see value here, it's not showing because it will take a little while, right? So this bucket, what you create, audience, will help you to do remarketing to those people, right? But what is the difference between custom audience and custom conversion? Custom audience will keep all those people in a bucket so that you can create one campaign and target those people. But when you come to custom conversion, you can count those events as conversions. And when you create them as custom conversions, when you create your campaign, system will even ask you, how do you want me to deliver your ad? Ad delivery optimization. There you can specify, you deliver my ads for this event. That means Facebook will deliver ads to those people who are more likely to do this particular action. What action? The action that you're going to define here. So instead of choosing all, you see purchase, in the purchase you see, rather than URL, you will see something called event parameter. You see, instead of event you see value, and value is more than 1,000, right? So whenever people come and do that action, they are already captured in audience. But here conversion will be counted only when people come and do that action, and that action, purchase action, will have a value of more than 1,000. So I'm creating one, I'm giving one name to it. It's called purchase more than 1,000, right? So just create one custom conversion. So whenever people come and complete this action, system will capture it. Now where is it going to help me? So I go and create a campaign here. You see, I click on all tools. I come to ads manager. I come to ads manager. I want to create a new campaign. So if I click and create a new campaign here, when I create a new campaign here, system is going to ask me these things. So I simply click on campaign. Oh, yeah. When you come here in the delivery, system is going to ask me one question, and the question is this. You see, optimization ad delivery. Here I choose conversion. System is going to ask me, how do I deliver your ads? So we say optimize my ad delivery for conversions. So which conversion event? You see, purchase more than 1,000, right? I don't want system to deliver my ads for people who have converted, because everybody who converts might convert for a low value or high value, but I want a custom conversion. I want my ads to be served to people who have converted but with a value of more than 10,000. So what I can do, I can simply go select that from the drop down, right? I'm not going to select the normal purchase because this will track everybody who complete that action. So that's why I created custom conversion. All right, now, so because this is an extensive video, so I will share the next things in the part 2. So watch my next video. So that's going to be even more interesting. So this is simply a complete video end to end on implementing Facebook Pixel for e-commerce site and using custom JavaScript codes as well. So that is my part 2. So watch my next video as I take you through more deeper stuff on Facebook Pixel.